A new year is a time for change, a time for washing away the past, fixing it, changing what you can, leaving behind what no longer benefits you, and deciding what you need in the future and what you need to find and locate to make your future better. In 2020, you guys may remember, I made a video about the time I was raped, and I talked about it. And I talked about the guys that were involved in the entire complicated process of that. And I named them because, they crossed me, they hurt me, they did something. Well, one of them, he did something totally unforgivable that betrayed my trust, crushed me, broke my heart, ripped it apart. So why would I not care? 2025 has been a hell of a year. It marked for me the 1 year anniversary of my return from the hospital, of losing 3+ months of my entire life permanently from my memory, of having numerous areas of physical damage that I'm still not recovered from. I finally started back in the gym recently, late December, and I'm doing good. I've had a few more days off than I want to. I'm passing them around and trying, but I'm sticking with this as best as I can. I had a friend, a very dear friend, pass away at around that same awful time. And in fact, I decided to go back to the gym because of that, because of him, because he was always my motivation, always my drive, and I lost him. I decided I have to live the best life I can, do the best I can, be the best I can in all things. Because he was. Because I have to live to honor him. Blake Mitchell, Lane V. Rogers, you'll always be remembered and you'll always be loved. Thank you for everything. And thank you for everything to come. Because whatever good thing happens in my life, it will be because you inspired me, you drove me, you talked to me, you encouraged me, you were a friend. That was a good friend this year. I've had other types of friends as well. I've had the guy who has taken it on board as his personal tribulation to be my moderator on Twitch. We met over a year ago when I was just starting to get treatment for my HIV. And he's been a great friend, a great support. He's seen my ups and downs. He's seen my drama. He's seen my worst moments and maybe a few of my best. He's seen a lot, been through a lot, and he's stayed supported, encouraged, and put up with me. I can't really think of a much better person in the world than him. I've had people across Twitch. Guido is a terrific person. He creates a welcoming, wonderful, familial community. He has a brilliant, positive aura. He's always bringing something beautiful and wholesome to the community that he has and to the communities that he goes into. And I love him for that. He's a truly amazing, fantastic person. Getting to know him is one of the best things of my life. And there's so many others on Twitch too. There's Swaggy. Okay, I found that Australian little weirdo, and I'm fucking in love with this bitch. Okay, he's so bizarre and so strange in a beautiful way. It's delicious. There's of course the people that I've already known, like from YouTube. Obviously, Tyler Oakley. I need to pop into his streams more, but he's high traffic, so I don't know. I like low traffic streamers usually. There's also, of course, Amp. I love Amp. YouTube people, you'll know him as one of the hosts of the YouTube channel What's the Safe Word? And he's awesome. He's very sweet, very supportive, very encouraging. Other people on there too. Haslands is an amazing, supportive person. I think out of all the people I've met on Twitch, and there's a lot that I haven't even listed, mostly because sometimes the names slip my mind, or just because I get when I think of too many people at the same time, all the names leave my head at once, and I don't remember anyone, so I don't know. But out of all those people, I think one stands out as the pinnacle experience of 2025, pinnacle experience of my time on Twitch, and a pinnacle example of what I want to be able to achieve with Twitch. And that person's name is Shadley. So I'm hoping a lot of you know about him. And if you don't, I hope a lot of you will know of him from now and continue to know about him for a great many years. Because he's a truly awesome, amazing, brilliant, creative, talented, supportive, encouraging, unrelentingly positive person. And he is, I would say, the new pinnacle for me of what I want to achieve on Twitch, because he has a community that loves and supports him, that loves and supports each other, that encourages each other, that stands up for each other. Because I went through a lot of shit this year, and I thought I would lose everyone. I thought I was going to lose so many communities, one way or another. And when I brought this up to this community, to Shadley's group, to Shadley's mods, I got everything that I deserved and needed, and it was beautiful. Support, love, encouragement, saying you'll be safe here, nothing bad's going to happen to you here. At a point where I felt like I had no more safe spaces to turn to, no more people I could just depend on in moments like that. It was terrifying, honestly. And having Shadley there in the middle of that 35-day non-stop subathon that he had going on at the same time as all that drama, that was superb. It was brilliant. And I've seen things in his life, like that entire 35-day subathon, single-handedly paying for a brand new, large refrigerator for his mother, and helping him get a 3D printer, and helping him with moving out and going across to a bold new start in life. And I watch him do this stuff, and I think, this is beautiful. This is brilliant. He does charity events. He does raising support and awareness for things. He's always going above and beyond to be the most accepting, accommodating, amazing person. And I've never been more in love with anyone in my life. I'll say that right now. Because he's a role model. He's an icon. He's brilliant. I've had that happen. I've had tickles with romance. 2025 did start something pretty unique and unusual for me, which is the sort of big, and I say that in quotes because it's not big, but the big kick in my own adult career. Because 2025 was a big shift. After 2024 was more me just tickling the idea, also getting into Twitch and starting stuff. In 2025, I really sort of locked in more ways than one and expanded it. I jumped over to Just for Fans because I knew they would be more accommodating for hookups and anonymous stuff than OnlyFans would be. And I was right. And I've been doing good over there. I'm not making bank, obviously. I'm not like paying all the bills off just with JFF because I'm in a small town. And like I said, out here, what am I depending on? Hookups. It's very irregular. So I charge the minimum. I don't push people. I'm just like, hey, I put out something new. Go ahead, check it out if you want to. And hey, I've made a decent sum, I would say. And it's laying down a foundation, I think, because this year I definitely want to push harder. I definitely want to try to film more stuff, do more stuff, get involved in more things, I would love to do an official, actual collab with someone else, be it on OF, on JFF, whatever. Whatever. I would love that. I would love to have something be filmed properly and beautifully. I would love to not have to say the phrase, you don't have to include your face in any of this if you don't want to. I mean, granted, sometimes that's hot. And sometimes these guys are hotter when you can't see their faces. But and to cap it off, I want to talk about the low sides. We start high, we'll end low. Then we'll end on another high point. I think so. Low points. Earlier, towards the start of this year, the month before my birth month, the day before my birth month was going to start, I had a deep, dear, wonderful friend in my life get rid of me after 7 years of being amazing friends, after him saying that he cried for 30 minutes when I came home from the hospital finally, after him sending me multiple messages professing love, adoration, respect for me, saying that I was probably one of the most important people in his life, next to his other friend, who he also has a lot of back and forth moments of it's off, it's on with. But I think we are both the wrong type of person for each other, because he obviously, and I'm sure he's gonna say that I'm misrepresenting him if he watches this and then talks about it. I think his big thing is that he is really scared of feelings, scared of emotions. And I do emotion 10,000% immediately, hardcore, fast, rapid fire. So I was very needy during that time because my life was falling apart. Everything felt wrong. The hospital issues were still there. My life was still broken. I was still jobless. My mother developed a blood clot. It was just all stacking up. And I think I got too needy, too dependent on him. And I wanted to feel affection returned to me. And I kept trying to find that somehow, but it was also pushing him away, aggravating him, irritating him. I miss him. I did. I did miss him for a very long time. Luckily though, he's cured me magically. So, I mentioned my friend that passed away. When it happened, I started thinking about him because I just lost one amazing friend that I didn't talk to enough. I didn't get to see face to face yet, that I didn't get enough time with. So what do you do when something like that happens? What I do is I try to reach out. I try to make amends. I try to fix things. I try to get closure. I always want closure. That's my thing, ultimately. I want to have closure in all things. And not everyone's like that. Some people fight closure. Some people hate closure. Some people are repelled by the concept of closure. I don't understand that. Could never be me. But I think that it's that. And not only was he feeling like I was putting too much affection on him, I was obviously putting too much in. I was thinking about those messages he'd sent and those things he'd said. And I think about the way that he's been with love, with affection, after certain events in his life that I've seen and ones that were before we even met, and the stories that I know about him. I think it's also too that he was getting too close. He was feeling too intertwined in whatever our stupid little friendship was. So I think when he feels like people are getting too close, and when he's getting too close to someone, he feels the need to cut them off, to make things hard, to make things difficult, to make things break naturally. So they could just feel like, oh, that's okay. That was just, we're just not working together anymore. That's fine. Let's move on. Because I've seen it happen in various forms and flavors and issues, especially with the back and forth of things. I don't need to talk about him this much. I'm a little high right now. But yeah, my friend died. I wanted to reach out because I don't want to have bad blood after something like that. I tried to say as much as I could on Venmo. I sent him a little bit just so I could send the message out because it's like the only thing that I wasn't blocked on. His response: no fake words, no soulless, heartless platitude. An emote. One single emote. And Venmo, if you say the single emote, it's large. A large, giant red X. One image destroyed 7 years of the strongest, hardest friendship I have ever had in my life. Like that. To respond to my grief, to respond to my heartbreak, to respond to me reaching out with genuine emotion and feeling. Like that. I don't even think a word exists for what kind of sick, disgusting, vile person you would have to be to do that. Well, I do, but I'm not going to say your name. Any of them. The fake ones that you're using now, or the one that I've known for 7 whole years. There were other friends that came after. They were good people, sweet. After the heartache that was losing him, they came in, they swooped in, they showered me with positivity and kindness. They gave me an amazing end to my birth month, on my birthday, which should have been literally the most irredeemable month of the entire year. They popped in and they turned that around and they made it beautiful. Then, like I said, in the Lane FM videos, I fucked shit up. I messed up. I said something. I got too close, too affectionate, again, I get too familiar with people and I don't learn the boundaries, the limits, the standards. I said something dumb. He was having his own little affiliate anniversary days and I was just stupid. I mentioned in passing that his boyfriend's moments were almost all the things I was clipping because of how unhinged he is. And I didn't even think anything of it because to me they've always been a package deal. I jumped in on them both together. I've supported them together. I loved them both. And he had good moments. He had good stuff. But it's just, and I didn't understand the logic behind the way they approach things. I didn't understand the extremes that they responded with. The timeout, I can get that. Because, if I did hurt him, then I was already hating myself then. And I would have fucking punished myself if they hadn't. But the stuff that came after, all inspired, I think, very much by Lane FM and the antics they were doing, sharing these screenshots with selective editing and selective cropping to make them look worse, sharing these bizarre stories and tossing out these accusations about me. And hell, considering the stuff that they actually posted publicly on Twitter, on an alt mine, but still on Twitter, I'm wondering what kind of fucked up shit they've been saying about me in private, in their DMs, in the Discord communities they're in that I'm not, where they know people that also don't like me. Probably not to the extreme they do, because they're obviously incredibly demented and unhinged as a person and do not deserve to be on Twitch. But yeah, I don't know. They're an idiot, and they weaseled their way into people and cut me off from a lot. And once again, that had me spiraling down, especially because this person didn't just do that. That wasn't enough for them. They had to come after my actual Twitch. They had to come after me with these phony, spiritless reports and these methods of trying to get me taken off Twitch. That was a full next level. So you know what? Again, I guess for the most part, I'm cured. Because, if those great friends of mine are willing to be friends with somebody as sick and twisted and demented as this, if they're willing to be friends with the kind of person who would just randomly toss out an accusation of pedophilia against somebody just because they don't like them, why would I want to be friends with people like that? Why would I want to associate with people like that? Granted, part of me does still cling to the hope that, I'm just going to say, like I said, we're washing away this year. Part of me is still clinging to the hope that Phoenix and Wolf _of_ Stark, just don't realize that Lane is this demented, is this sick in their fucking head. I'm really hoping that's the case, and that they think that this is just some nice person who's supporting them and being cheerful, and that maybe I'm deluded and nuts because I haven't been able to send them any of these screenshots. Now, I haven't been able to send them any of this information. I've tried, but they're not, and it's, I don't know. It's 2026. It's a new year, a new start. I have plans. I see a future ahead of us. It's very gay. So, like I said, we done highs, we done lows. We're going to end on highs. I got plans for 2026. A lot of them. Some of them are dreams. Some of them are actual plans. But we'll go through them as if they're all the same anyway. 1. I will be adding Federal Friday onto my regular stream schedule. Federal Friday will be us talking about politics. Will be us talking about the politics of the week. Events that happened, stuff, shit, bullshit, crap. Because, I have risen my voice a lot more post-hospital, like I said I wanted to. But, again, Lane was also extremely outspoken, extremely firm in his convictions, his political stances, and his determination to defend the right things, say the right things, and stand up to people that were not doing those. So I want to do the same. So yeah, we're going to be starting Federal Friday. Every Friday, we'll talk all politics stuff. We'll do games too. Don't worry. There's still going to be games. There's always going to be games. But just like we're going to have Tune Tuesday to talk about music, just like we're going to have Minecraft Monday to fiddle around in Minecraft, and just like we'll have Started Wednesday. I can't come up with a good pun for it. We could switch it. We could do Stardew Saturday. Priest would kill me. Stardew Sunday. But yeah, I want to do that. I also want to, hopefully tomorrow, well, technically today, it's 1:18 a.m. Holy fuck. Today, I have a job interview. It's not a good job. It's not a great job. It's not a job I want, that I'm eager to jump into. But it's a job. It'll be money. It'll be bills paid. It will be computer parts spots. It'll be food on the table. So I'll just take this job, get over with. I'll keep looking for jobs in town too, so that way I can find a better one. I can just jump out of this and jump into the next. I think that's going to be the option for me. So the good thing there is that, hey, new job coming in means that there's going to be a new schedule I can work with, which is going to be fun. Because, daily is great, but it gets sort of drudgy, and it also becomes somewhat hard to balance properly. because especially now they're back in the gym, okay? Because that's a few hours. Then there's a walk. Then there's getting food. Then there might be some rest. Then there's coming and streaming. Then there's getting more food. Probably getting more rest. Getting all cleaned up. Go to bed. Restart that whole process. Now we're gonna throw work into the schedule. What the fuck? So, yeah, I'm probably gonna start part time because I'm not sure my endurance is gonna be. I'll start part time. See how I'm doing. After a while, I'll probably start trying to transition to more hours. I don't know if I'll go full time or not, but we'll see. We'll see. It depends on what the environment there is like now. I know a lot of the same people are still working there as last time I was there, which is scary as fuck, but tis what tis. And other plans. Well, these are more dreams. One, I want to hit Twitch partner. Yeah, I know. Want to hit Twitch partner like what, your second year as a Twitch streamer? Yeah, fucking right. I know it is. But I would love to. And the reason, one of the reasons I would love to is my next thing. I want to make a strong concerted effort to form a team on Twitch for queer sex workers who, want to interact with their audiences, want to interact with their communities and their fans, etc., in a way that is not purely sexual or sexualized, such as Twitter, Instagram, etc. A place where they can do things they enjoy, their hobbies, their interests, their gaming, etc., and be able to share that with, the same people that would be jerking off to them. But these people now can get to learn about their pets that they had as a kid, the old jobs that they had in high school. They can learn about their favorite books, their favorite movies, their favorite music. They can learn about them as people. Beyond the Cum Shot has always been a project that I've pushed hard as being about humanizing sex work and humanizing sex workers and helping people realize that these people are not just objects, not just things to look at and desire. They're people with beautiful, amazing lives and dreams and desires and goals, and they're fabulous. So I think starting a Twitch team is something I definitely want to put as much hard work into this year as I can. But I need to be able to be partner in order to start a team. So unless, that happens by some magical miracle, I think what I should do is I should try to see some of the people I know who are sex work or sex work adjacent and are partner, and see if anyone would want to jump onto that idea and that project. Outside of a specific Twitch team, I am also scheduling and planning more Beyond the Cum Shot talks with other performers and other creators. And I'm going to be talking to people and seeing if I can get even more of those planned for the rest of the year, because I want to have more of those. I also want to have more conversations with people that are just queer in general, queer musicians, queer artists. I want to be able to expand this idea beyond now. So I think that's going to be something I'm going to push for. There might be gym streams too. There may very well be. We'll see. If it's not too crowded. I'm not going to do that when people are there. That's creepy. But yeah, 2025 was something we should move on from. 2026 is looking beautiful, stunning, gorgeous, like a field of unlimited possibility. And I'm not going to talk about the recent stuff. We can talk about that on a Friday, if you get what I'm saying. And thank you guys for this. I enjoyed this. See you in the next video. And remember, life always gets better as long as you're working it brick by brick. Oh, by the way, I'm working on editing these. I'm on my third edit already. I'm still had no luck. We can see 4 clicks. We'll see how 5 goes. But no matter how many edits it takes, I can promise you kiddos, heated rivalry reactions are coming. War between the land and sea reactions are coming. reactions are coming back. We are back, baby. We are so fucking back. 2026 is going to be my year, no matter what. And anyone who tries to oppose me, anyone who tries to step in my way, to impede my plans, to make my life hard for no reason, to make my life difficult for no reason, anyone who just decides that being a stupid piece of shit is more fun than doing anything productive with your life, and you want to come and attack me, attack my way of life, attack my community, attack the place that is giving me support, community, love, try that. I'll make 2026 hellfire for you. So yeah, stay in your lane. And the rest of you guys, take care. Have a good year.